It's really sad to think. Like in a couple of weeks, the World Cup's gonna come to an end. Now that we have the group stage done, all done and clear, now we finally have the knockout rounds. Today we're starting off with South Africa against Canada. What's good, everyone? I hope you all doing well. I hope you guys had a nice time with the round of six. Some people hit, some people probably missed. I hope I'm also having breakfast right now at this time. So today I'm just gonna give out my brackets. And this is gonna be a bracket now, not on bait. Well, I didn't make one even before the tournament started, because I didn't know how they were gonna be listed. But now that I do have a bracket, now I'm gonna go based on who I think is gonna go all the way to the final from here on now, how the bracket stands, my predictions. I'm not gonna go too in depth about it because the first game starts in like a couple of hours, and I'm not really gonna waste that much time editing. I wanna upload this shit like that. I'm gonna go based on how teams have been performing, how they've been performing at the World Cup, before the World Cup, who they have, what kind of players they have. Let's start off with the round of 32s. I'm gonna go based on the order of FUMOV and how they have them listed in the bracket. Like I know today Canada play against South Africa, but I'm gonna go based on with how they're doing it right here. Germany and Paraguay, very self-explanatory. Germany. France versus Sweden. I'm going with France. Next one. Funny enough, first game today, South Africa versus Canada. I was really surprised that South Africa actually managed to get a win against Korea. I never thought Korea would actually lose to South Africa, but it was 1-0. They tied against Czech. They lost against Mexico. How well can they really do against Canada? Canada really popped off, and they play teams that are at the same level as South Africa, except Switzerland. But I'm gonna have to give it to Canada for sure. Netherlands against Morocco. This is a tough one. For me, the reputation of Ronald Koeman is the disaster that career he had at Barcelona as a coach. And I know he does better with the Netherlands squad, before and after Barcelona. But Morocco have been pretty nice throughout these past couple of years. They are in the top 8 in the FIFA World Rankings. They have some legit superstars playing around Europe. But Netherlands are just... Think about Netherlands, they're so unpredictable when it comes to the World Cup. They always make it pretty far. Finals in South Africa, semifinals in Brazil, third place. Nothing in Russia, quarterfinals in Qatar. I've never seen Morocco be this good. They put up a show against Brazil. But the Netherlands also stood out, but they also struggled against Japan. I know Koeman's bound to fuck up at one point at this stage of the tournament. But I don't think it's... Man, this is a tough one. Literally, it's the 7th FIFA ranking versus the 8th FIFA ranking. Morocco gave Brazil a hard time, and Japan gave Netherlands a hard time, but the Netherlands have picked it up. But then again, they played against Sweden and Tunisia. Morocco had a nice Cinderella story back in Qatar. I do want to see that being the case, but I don't think that's going to be the case here. I'm giving it to Netherlands in this one. Holland is going to go through, and they're going to go on to face Canada in the next round. Moving on, Portugal against Croatia. But damn, that Portugal and Colombia game, that was a good game. There was a lot of attacking on both sides. And now Croatia. Obviously, they're not who they were back then. Last World Cup and the World Cup before that. A runner-up and then a third place. But now your players are getting old. I had faith in Croatia at one point. But then they didn't deliver. They struggled against Panama, struggled against Ghana, and Ronaldo really, really wants to get that World Cup. So for me, I'm going to go with Portugal. Portugal are still going to stay alive in this tournament for now. I would like to see Croatia through because Croatia always pull up a shock. But struggling against Panama and then struggling against... You know what? This is the World Cup. No, I'm going with Portugal. Portugal. Sorry, Croatia. Spain against Austria. I don't think Austria is going to be enough to stop Spain. Spain are 34 games unbeaten now, and I believe they're going to remain unbeaten and should be able to qualify to go up against Portugal. But we'll get on to later. We'll get on to that later on. USA against Bosnia. USA have been on fire this whole tournament. I am impressed with how the US have actually performed. I didn't think the US could really even be this good ever. Never. I had no faith in them whatsoever. I just saw one of my students pass by. I think they're gonna destroy Bosnia. Not by a lot, but definitely by at least 2 goals. And I don't mean 2-0, but they'll win by 2 goals. Ooh, USA. I guess. Belgium against Senegal. This one might be my shock right here. And it might fuck up my bracket. There was a time when Belgium had a roster full of superstars, and they don't have it no more. I don't know if Doku's gonna come back for the game. Oh, it says that he is. Oh, that's nice, but it's not enough. I do think for this one, it's gonna go to Senegal. And they're going to face the U.S. in the round of 16s. And Belgium, as far as they made it right now, and good for them that they made it out of the group stages, but I think you're done. I think Senegal is going to get the best out of you. One fuck up and that's it. Brazil against Japan. Woo! We saw Neymar's finally back, and he finally played his first World Cup game. And I felt so bad that I couldn't watch. I was so annoyed that I couldn't watch him. I didn't think he would play. Neymar is craving that World Cup. He wants it. This is his last shot. One of the last few superstars that are playing their last World Cup. I think Brazil will suffer here. But under new leaderships with Carlo Ancelotti, I don't think they're gonna go out just yet. They're gonna beat them tactically. So I'm going with Brazil. Brazil always disappoints me in the World Cup. But they're still in through. They're still gonna make it through to at least go all the way to the round of 16s, and I'm hoping that they do, because I really want to see Neymar play. Norway against Ivory Coast. I'm gonna go as simple as this: Norway. Mexico versus Ecuador. Mexico have not been tested in this World Cup yet, besides South Korea, and they struggled, but they were also the better team, which is the reason why they won, and they won over a stupid bullshit goal. Can Ecuador really play well for 90 minutes? I don't know what happened against Germany, but beating Germany gives you a nice confidence boost. But Mexico's playing on home territory. So, home territory with the ref advantage and their curse, Mexico are the favorites to qualify. Mexico plus 135, Ecuador plus 270. For a tie, it's plus 190. Man, Ecuador really couldn't score against Curacao. If you can't score against them, can you really score against Mexico? Every game is different. Mexico haven't faced their biggest challenge yet. And Ecuador is going to be their biggest challenge. Sorry, Ecuador. I might have to call you out. Home territory. And you know, having 12 men on the field. Mexico's going through. Mexico. England against Congo. Okay, first of all, respect to Congo for making it this far in the tournament. I didn't think they would actually qualify to the round of 32s. I thought other teams were going to qualify to the round of 32s, but they clearly didn't. I want to give a round of applause to Congo. Right there. Congo. Woo! Yeah. But you're done after this. You're not going to win against England. Nice and easy. Should comfortably qualify. Argentina against Cape. Argentina have been winning comfortably. Messi's on fire. Messi already has 6 goals in 3 games. And I didn't even think he was intending to score last night. But he did. He scored against Jordan. Cape, Argentina's not Uruguay. They haven't been challenged yet, but every team that Argentina have played are superior to Cape. So Cape, it was nice, but you're done from here. Australia versus Egypt. I like this matchup. I think that from Australia, as far as they got here, they're not going to get any further. I think Australia is going to park the bus as much as it can, hold it on all the way to penalties, or get one lucky counterattack and then just park the bus. That's not going to be enough to stop Egypt. And with the likes of Salah, who's going to carry that team to the round of 16, just be ready for your downfall. Because Egypt is going to go on to face Argentina. Switzerland versus Algeria. I'm going to surprise everyone here. So I'm going to go with Algeria. I'm going to call that one my upset. And last but not least, we got Colombia versus Ghana. After that performance against Portugal, which they should have won, and their performance in every game of the group stage, Colombia are way superior to Ghana. Ghana had to leave, and then next thing you realize, 10 minutes later, they concede and they lose the game. Because you couldn't handle it, you're gonna get out, and Colombia's gonna go through to the round of 16.